Hello, it is video log 5 for Friday, January 8th, 2016. I feel kind of like a mess right now. I should probably see what time it is. It is 2:16 a.m. on Saturday morning. I am tired. I had a good day. I woke up at 7:30 and got a couple things done. Went out and got coffee and stuff before sitting on the computer around 9 a.m. getting work done. And then me and Chris went and got breakfast at Diego's down the street, which is a great little breakfast spot that he just discovered, even though it's been there. And he took me there. It was great. And now I know that it's there, and it's wonderful. We had a great talk. It's funny because, like, whenever I talk with Chris, I really just want to try and not talk about acting, but it's so hard for us to do anything but talk about acting. And we had a nice talk. I was hopped up on coffee. And it always makes for a really fun conversation, I think, when you're like that hopped up on coffee. We had a nice talk about goals, plans, strategies. I know it's vague, but it was good. And then after that, we came back home. It was around 11:30 by that time. And I spent the next 2 hours doing my laundry, which was much overdue. And what else did I do? I know I got a workout in because I was super proud of that. I got a 20-minute workout in. I finished my acting resumes. Those are now done. I just need to print them out. Also, I took a shower, and what else did I do? I don't know. I requested from Holly Gagne that I use a quote that she said about me, and I love it because I sent this not a long message, but definitely a good paragraph message saying hey, it's me, Mike from Intermediate. I wanted to see if it'd be okay if I used a quote you said from class on December. I literally knew the date. Because she said, I reminded her of her young Jack, and then I sent another message saying the quote that I would like to use, which is basically just saying a very nice quote with something about how I remind her of a young Jack Nicholson, and asked her if she'd be okay approving it, and shortly after I got a response that just said, sure. And which I get that response. I do. I understand. But I don't think some people realize that, I don't know, you really do need to use little bits of advantage like that. Especially if a little quote like that can get people to just pay some attention to me. Who knows what might happen. Let's see, I'm sure there's some other things I did. I definitely did some reading today, too. I read a few pages out of Modern Romance. I think I got up to page 150 now. But anyway, at one point I went over to KB's to do music lessons. And she kind of let me dip my toes into music theory and just explained some fundamental things, and I think that it'll be up to me now to really start learning everything I can on my own about music theory, so that when I go over to her place, we can at least jive on a pretty similar level, and I can make real gains, because, you know, the only gains I can make right now are very surface level things that I could learn on my own just through remembering, because I know I learned them at one point with piano lessons. Anyway, had a good time. KB's always a pleasure. And then after that, before that I got a parking ticket for street cleaning, and so I utilized the strategy that Jaden uses, which is to do the battery trick. For those of you who don't know what the battery trick is, if you get a parking ticket in Los Angeles, usually it's because of maybe street cleaning, or because you weren't supposed to park there at a certain time. And a easy trick to get out of paying a ticket that could sometimes run up to $100 is to go down to AutoZone, buy a car battery, take the receipt from the car battery, and make a copy. Now this has to be done on the same day. Once you do that, you take the battery back. You get your money back. Then you take that receipt, the copy of the receipt, and you put it in with the ticket, and you mail it off with a post-it in it, or a letter saying, "I'm really sorry, but my battery died while when I was parked, and I wasn't able to move my car, and I had to go buy a battery. Here's the proof." And they'll waive it. They'll waive the ticket. Jaden said he'd done it a bunch of times. Jaden also gave me some great advice on how to get out of paying traffic tickets and my other parking tickets, which I'm definitely going to take him up on. Jaden's a wealth of information. After that, I went home for a second to eat some food. Ate some food real fast. And then I went to work. I went to work at 5 o'clock. I got off of work at midnight. It's a good day. My manager came in, Wendy, Elaine Wright, and if you're watching this, I love you so much. You were really such a, as my friend Steven Shapiro would say, because he loves making fun of Australian accents, you're a bright, shining light. That was pretty bad. Hold on. One more time. You're a bright, shining light. That's okay. Anyway, you're amazing, Wendy. Thank you for being you. So yeah, Wendy, my manager, came in, and I got to take care of her for a little bit, and that was a lot of fun. And had just good guests, really nice people. Made a decent little chunk of change, more than I probably should have based off of my sales, and that was fortunate. Then I came home. I got home at like 12:30 at night, and I told myself there's no reason why, even if I stay up and get a bunch of stuff done, that I should not be in bed by 2 a.m. And I ended up eating. I definitely made sure I spent some time eating. Folded all my clothes. I talked to Chris, because Chris came home about half an hour ago. And I did my dishes real fast. Watched Narcos. I watched possibly all the second episode. Pretty close. Almost all the second episode. Picking it back up after not watching it for a while. And that's left me to where I am right now. Very tired. And I gotta wake up and do it all again tomorrow. So I can't wait. And I will see you guys tomorrow.